Hey mini enthusiasts, how are you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're well and I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're back on the Super City. And if you haven't watched last week's video on Steve's mini moke, please go back and watch it. That video's had less than 1,000 views today's. It takes a lot of time and effort to film videos like that, so would appreciate, there'll be a link at the end of the video, go and check it out. So in today's video, we've got Minis by the Sea coming up tomorrow, or today if you're watching this video, and I'll be preparing both cars. So I'm taking PL out on its first outing of the season, probably the first and last, and obviously I'm taking the Super City down there as well, so I'll have both cars at that show. And before we go, I just want to do a couple of little tidy up bits, making the Super City look a bit fresher, and then towards the end of the video I'll talk about what's going on with the engine build, and we're going to take the head up to Stuart Gurr. So let's get stuck in. So first off, we've got a bit of an unboxing from my preferred parts supplier for minis, and that is Mini Spares. So I have a pair of rear cotton reel exhaust rubbers. The old ones are perished and need replacing. And I've got some rocker cover fixings. That might give away what we're going to be fitting today. I have, just to freshen up under the bonnet, obviously we're going to be doing a lot of work on the engine, but there's no problem with buying some bits now. So I've got an MG Rover style rocker cover. It does already come with fixings, which I didn't realise. So if you're going to order one of these, it does already come with the fixings and the rubber seals. You don't need to order them separately like I did, but I'm sure they're going to get used anyway. And it comes with a cork gasket as well. Not a bad price actually. This whole lot, the fixings, the rocker cover, the cap and the cork gasket, £40 plus the VAT, so £47. I have actually opted for a silicone gasket. Now these are kind of a, I would say they're a must-have. If you're running an A-series Mini, these cork gaskets, they're okay, they do a job, but they're sort of use once and throw away. As you know, if you're adjusting the tappets and that sort of thing, you're probably going to have the rocker cover off, you know, a few times. These silicone gaskets pretty much last forever. So as you know, literally in a few weeks' time, this engine and subframe will all be coming out on the front, and then we're going to strip this front end down and sort issues out underneath the headlights with corrosion. And obviously the engine will get a refresh. We'll rebuild all the front subframe, and then we're going to get that head all overhauled, the 12G295, the engine refreshed, and then it all built up with a supercharger. But in the meantime, just for the show, I guess, just to make things look fresh, we're going to fit this new MG type rocker cover. I think they look really nice. So we're going to take the air filter off, pop this rocker cover off, and get it installed. So there's our airbox off and our rocker cover off. Just had a clean around the mating surfaces with brake cleaner. Now this engine does leak quite a lot of oil. A small part of that's probably coming from the rocker cover, but once it's all stripped down, I need to look and find out where the other oil leaks are. Right, you may have seen it. So what's interesting about this car is the airbox. It's not just for show. So it has this twin sort of air take system, twin inlet air take system. If you watch AC Dodd's videos, what he will do with standard airboxes is commonly drill around the front to get the engine breathing a little bit better. Now it's important where you drill those holes, because you want a nice path for the air to run into the intake system. The air filter actually becomes part of the intake system, and if you get it right, it can add torque to the engine. So what this does, by having the twin intake system, gives much better breathing, and it's an extension of the inlet manifold, the intake tract system, which does help with the torque of the engine. Now I'll show you just quickly in detail how this has been done. So the airbox is pretty standard. We've actually got a standard air filter inside, so this could probably benefit actually from having a freer flowing K&N type air filter in it, but I'm not going to change it at the moment. It was tuned and set by AC Dodd with that air filter in it, so by adding a freer flowing air filter, actually what will probably happen is I'll make it run a little bit leaner. So on this side, this is where the standard intake would go. There's sometimes a valve on this side which directs air down to the exhaust manifold to give warm air when the car's warming up. But that has been removed. On this system, it's been drilled on this side, and actually all that's happened is Steve, the previous owner, has used another airbox. So basically we've taken this side of the airbox, cut it out, put it on this side. It's been properly done, it's been bonded in, and then some nuts and bolts or screws and bolts to hold it in place as well. So that's how we get this twin air take in system. And like I say, it becomes an extension, or it extends the intake tract, which greatly helps with torque of the engine. Right, so now we need to fit the new rocker cover. Very, very easy to do, but just a little tip from me. So whichever gasket you're using, whether it's a cork gasket or a silicone gasket, which I highly recommend, they're like 9–10 quid and will last you a lifetime. It's really, really worth. I always use super glue just to dab on each corner and in the middle, just to hold it in place. As you can see with this sort of rocker cover, this is not an original MG Rover rocker cover, but there's nothing to stop the gasket slipping inside or slipping outside, splaying out. That can cause you a big oil leak. So what I tend to do, clean all of this up with some sort of solvent. I use brake cleaner, but you can use like nail polish remover or something like that. Clean up the gasket as well, be it rubber or cork, and then just dab only a small amount of super glue in each corner. That will hold it in place when you're turning it up the other way to place it down, because what generally happens is when you're trying to fit it, like I say, that gasket will get splayed out somewhere, you have a big oil leak and it will ruin your day. So just for a few minutes extra, a few dobs of super glue, a bit of prep first, will make your life much, much easier. Once you've got that gasket where you need it, just give it a few minutes to dry. Right, so a bit of faffing around. So the kit it comes with, the fitting kit, with the seal, the top hat and the spacer, does not give you enough thread out the bottom to bolt it down with on my setup. Might be different on others. Now, the bolt that holds it down, you can get, there's two different lengths, there's long and there's short. I think I need the longer ones. The frustrating bit is, I know I have longer ones somewhere, but can I find them? I ordered them and I got them with the racing green. So for the moment, I've just had to use different style of top hats and the old rubbers. Obviously, this rocker cover is only going to be on here a few weeks before it's replaced. So there we go, one of those 20-minute jobs that turns into an hour because you're faffing around looking for bits which you got somewhere. I should be better at storing my parts. That just freshens it up nicely under the bonnet. Right, another job I'm going to do was that grille was never properly lined up on the front here. It was always a little bit lower on this side, a little bit lower on that side. So I'm going to whip out these bolts. That's how they go in. Just going to elongate the hole upwards a little bit. So so I can position the grille a little bit higher. So there we go, that's the grill all aligned now. It just looks much, much better. A pet hate of mine is wonky grills, and I've probably got a wonky grill on PL, so I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, but there's no parts required. It's just fettling and adjustment and just, you know, attention to detail. That looks spot on now. And, you know, you could have a really lovely car, really nicely restored, and then the grill gets put on a little bit wonky and it really just destroys the look. So, you know, a few little jobs there. Don't take long, don't cost much money, but will transform the look of the car. Right, just a quick little tip. If you want to freshen up the front of the car, a quick, easy, sort of 20-minute job you can do. Take off the wiper arms. You can see here the wiper arms, the black's faded on them, the paint's come off where the rivets go. It always just little bits like this just make a car look a little bit old, a little bit tired, and spray them up, freshen them up, and it will look much brighter, like it did with the grille. And I've also done the TVR recently. They're things that generally get overlooked. So let's whip these wiper arms off.
Two hours later.
Right, so there's our wiper arms off. We just need to key them up. Just going to use some medium Scotch-Brite pad, and then we're going to spray Hammerite satin black finish. Right, stage 2. So yeah, probably would have been fine, one coat, but I didn't practice what I preach. So that's warm the cans up first, warm the parts up, so I got runs on that. So we've got some Hammerite, it's in some hot water now. Just get the second can ready if that's not enough. But yeah, warm the cans up first. It will make the paint go on much, much better. Less likely to get runs. Right, there we go, all done. At the beginning of the video, when I said it's a quick 20-minute job, I lied. I've got runs in them 3 times, so 3 times I had to wait for it to dry, rub it back, and then paint them again. So it's getting them back on the car now. And there we go. I'll try and put in a before and after. Just little touches like that, little details can make all the difference. Make the car look a lot fresher and newer. Right then, today, I guess the build officially begins. So I'm taking the head up to VMAXSCART, Stuart Gurr, to get it all, probably new valves, ported, the combustion chamber CCs all correctly set for a supercharger setup. So let's chuck it in the car and get up the road. About an hour away from me. Right, so there we go. That is the head dropped off at VMAXSCART with Stuart. Stuart's going to do the head work on it over the next few weeks or couple of months. It's actually, so I don't know when this video will go out, but it's July now. I'm not actually going to start the project until September, so there's plenty of time. Nice to have a chat with Stuart, talk through some of the options and the rationale behind some of the components he uses and why he does what he does and getting the engine set up properly. But I think the plan will be to refresh the bottom end. We're obviously going to have the head done. We'll fit the supercharger set up with a charge cooler with the alloy inlet manifold, and then we'll get it built up, and then I'll run it back up to Stuart and we'll get it all set up and rolling roaded and tuned properly. So there we go, thanks for watching today's video. I'm certainly looking forward to properly getting stuck into the Super City, taking that engine out, front subframe, and stripping down the front end. That's coming up in a future video. Remember, if you did like today's video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to drop me a comment, I do read all the comments. And if you're not a subscriber, it's free. Please do consider subscribing. I'll catch you again on the next one. Cheers.